Okay, girls, I need you to turn around and focus now. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay, so here we go. Remember, you need to be able to do this by yourself. All right? So pay attention. What's the first thing you're going to do every single time? If it factors, you're going to factor it, right? So if it factors, we're going to factor it. So, how does the top factor? Did anybody factor it and check it? All right, what did you come up with, Diana?
X minus 3 and X plus 1.
And she checked it, so she knows that's right. Look at me. If you don't take the time to check it, do not expect sympathy from me. It's easy to check. Boil it out. Okay, did anybody factor and check the bottom? Besides Diana, who I'm very grateful to. But did anybody else factor and check it? Madeline?
X plus 1, X plus 5.
X plus 1, X plus 5. So step 1, we factored and checked. Okay, now what happens? We can cancel. We can cancel. So we will do that. And we're going to have a whole. And I'm going to go ahead and do one more equals here. X minus 3 over X plus 5. And that is what I'm going to graph now. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Sean says we're going to have a whole. Tell me what I know about that whole.
The X is negative.
The X is what?
Negative 1.
-1. For those of you that don't get that, take what you what you canceled, take the thing you canceled, and set it equal to 0. You see how you get -1? That's where this -1 came from. Now how do I get this part of it? Take that -1 and plug it in right here and right here. So what's -1 minus 3?
Negative 4.
-4. What's -1 plus 5? 4. What's my answer going to be? -1.
But isn't there a quicker way of doing it? Because you can set it 0 into that equation and you still get x minus 3 x plus 5.
I don't think there's a quicker. As long as you're coming up with
Zero.
this, okay. But plugging 0 in for anything isn't going to work. Not for the whole.
It's just for the whole. It's
Just to find the holes, you take whatever you canceled out and put it at it.
There's no quicker.
There's no quicker way.
Yeah, I actually didn't see that one.
So, -1, -1. Okay? Now what? Well, I don't care. Did anybody come up with a vertical asymptote?
Yes.
X equals -5. I heard somebody say the horizontal is at 1. Actually, she asked that question. Is she right?
Yes.
Yes, because our equation has x over x. All right, where's my x-intercept? 3, 0. Because to get the x-intercept, I set the numerator equal to 0. So 3, 0. And then how about a y-intercept? I'm going to let x be 0. And I have negative 3/5. Now this is one of those ones where all of the points are kind of in the same section of the graph. So I can see from these points, I'm going to have that. But I have no other points, but I know enough about these pictures to know that if I color, or if I've drawn something down here, I will then draw something up here, like the mirror of it. And this is a perfect example of what Sean was talking about. The pieces do not look the same. It's because I haven't extended my picture enough. It doesn't matter, don't worry about it. Just have a curve down here, and then a curve up here. Okay? Now, did anybody in the room get that right all by yourself? Oh, good. Yes, some. Good. Very good. All right, now I'm going to give you an easier one, and I'm going to get more hands up in the air. One more. Friday, we have a quiz. So what if it's a little easy one, like this? Now, what's different about this one? Why is this one easier?
Because you don't have
You don't have to factor it. But, because I don't have to factor it, means this one will have no holes.
Wait, I thought you did greatest common factor.
I'm not sure what that comment even means, so we're just gonna hang on. Hang on for a minute. All right, take a second.
I asked it about that.
This should not take you very long.
That was my best.
You should be able to whip this one out real quick. Use your notes. Sean, you okay?
Yeah, when I was just making this.
Okay, you need to go to the nurse?
No, I just need to clean up. I'm fine.
You need to go to the restroom? Go ahead, go to the restroom. You sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I usually run out of this kind of stuff. That's why I had a running nose. I would not just sit down the Yes, I surely did. My hand is so broken after for 2 hours. Dang. Good thing. Chef, I've gotta go.
All right, clock's running, let's go.
So when you, if you try to come at X-intercept, you're gonna set
I got 4-0 for x-intercept, but how do you get y-intercept again? What is what? What x?
So there you go.
You're so funny. Sorry, brother. Wait.
That's right.
I don't actually know you're supposed
When
to.
you X-intercept, you say come X-intercept. So you can 4 No, for the whole.
What, brother?
Yeah,
Horizontal.
that's for,
Horizontal.
textures,
You do
It's the second one. That I have a graph.
This is the exam set. Look at that sheet.
I'm gonna go.
Greatest power of the.
Hey, you got a graph?
Yes.
yeah.
Raise your hand if you have a graph. All right, we'll give everybody a couple more minutes, finish it up. You gotta do a couple more problem checks. You can put your hand up. Yeah, there's a factoring on
Whatever it
that.
says.
Well, you can take a 2 out,
No, it's
but you're not
gonna
gonna be
be
doing a cancel.
negative 8 is over 2, which is 4. I mean negative 4.
Remember, holes come from factoring.
If you mess up the.
But I already here.
You're literally done for. If you mess up anything. I don't even know my graph.
So what do you when you solve for x? When you
Test it out.
two times 0, 0. X. Well, no. When you solve through, so you said x equals 0, so you plug in.
Wait, how are you doing -2, brother?
I'm gonna got 4.
No. Well, you so 2 times 0 is 0. So it's gonna be -2.
Wait, what did you get 4?
I got 2. Okay, good. Well, I got
Good thing you have to add the 8 because
Well, are you gonna see your
8 divided by 2 is 4.
Okay.
The negative 8 you're
How do you
saying,
do
you don't multiply the 8, so it's just.
All right, guys. Sketch something.
Yeah.
And then you're getting.
Do it.
Let's see what you got. See how close you came. All right, tell me, there's no factoring to do, so I'm not gonna be simplifying my equation. So I'm gonna go straight to finding stuff. So, Tayshawn, what did you find in this list? What? You know what? I'm not mad at you, I'm just wondering how you're gonna pass this quiz on Friday. You gotta get out your note sheet that I gave you. I gave you a note sheet, or I didn't give you, but we went through, so you wrote down a note sheet. If your job is to find a vertical asymptote, then you get out your note sheet and you look at it and it tells you exactly what to do. How do we find a vertical asymptote, vertical asymptote? Set the denominator equal to 0. So most of you can do that in your head, but if you can't, it's okay. There's the vertical asymptote. Okay? Easy. How do you find a horizontal asymptote?
Negative power of x, which is 2.
You compare these right here, right? So 2x's over 1x is 2. Don't have to worry about holes because they didn't cancel anything. How do you find an x-intercept? Look at your sheet if you don't know.
So why would you
No, that's not how you find an x-intercept.
Set the numerator
Set
to
the
0.
numerator equal to 0. So if I set my numerator equal to 0, I'm going to get 4. So my x-intercept is at 4. How do I find my y-intercept? I let x be 0. So if I put zeros in here, I'm going to have negative 8 over 2, which is negative 4. So, I have everything on there now. Can you tell what the picture's going to look like? You need to be able to draw something that looks like this over here. Right? Because those two dots are connected. And then if you drew this down here like this, what are you going to draw now? This up here, like that. Alright, how many of you got that picture by yourself? Well, a few more. This one was a lot easier, right? Okay. Alright, well, we're done reviewing. We just did a couple extra practice. We've done several of those. So we're moving on in our notes. We're gonna get 3 problems done with any luck in our notes. And then we'll be done for the day. And you will be done with me for a couple days. Except for seeing you in the morning when you bring in your kids. Section 2.6 was all about graphing. Section 2.7 is all about solving. So take a look at that quite ugly equation there. What might we do to make that equation a little bit easier? Get rid of the denominators. And Ethan, are you holding your head? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Since the denominators are all the same, it'll be easy to get rid of them, won't it? Can't we get rid of them by multiplying everything by 4? And then that will, that's times 4, not 4x. That'll get rid of all the 4s. So all I have left really is x minus 1 plus x plus 4 equals 3. So 2x plus 3 equals 3. So 2x equals 0, and x equals 0. And there's the answer to the question. That's it. Easy. Right? No, there's no catch. There's no catch. Let's look at the next one. X plus 2 equals 15 over x. Now, last time we multiplied by 4, because that canceled out all of our denominators. Well, we only have one denominator this time, so what should we multiply by to cancel it out? X? So I'm going to multiply everything by x. Now, the reason you did that, and you all told me to do it, and you were right, the reason you told me to do it is so these would cancel out, right? They're gone. Now, nothing canceled here. So I have x squared. Nothing canceled here, so I have 2x. And over here I have just 15. Is everybody okay to this point? Now Ethan is saying that's a quadratic, that's a squared equation. So I want to move the 15 over and have it equal to 0. Yes, you do. You always want to do that. If you have a squared equation, get a 0. Now, what can you do at this point? Look at that equation. We could factor it, or we could use the quadratic formula, right? This one factors easily. I say easily. How does it factor? Plus 5 minus 3. You are exactly right. When I check it, x squared minus 3x plus 5x minus 15. That's perfect. So what are my answers? X equals -5 or x equals 3. We're gonna do one more, and then we'll be done for the day. Okay? So here's the last one we're doing. Number 3. Now tell me what you think we ought to do with this one. Multiply by x again, yes indeed. Why do we want to multiply by x? Because that's our denominator, right? And we want to get rid of it. So we're going to multiply by x. And the reason you did it is right here, people. Get rid of it. So now we have another x squared, because nothing canceled there, plus 12 equals 7x. What about that? Aren't we right back to where we were a minute ago? Don't we have an x squared equation that we need to have equal to 0? Some people really don't like it here. I don't know if you know Charlie or not. He's very smart. Very smart. Alright, so x squared minus 7x plus 12. Notice the order I put things in. Was that a good idea?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to help me no matter how I do the problem. Keep them in order. Does this one factor?
Yes.
So what 34?
X plus 3, X plus 3.
3 or 4? Charlie, what are you doing? I'm starting to get mad. It's not time to pack up. God bless you. When you have an A plus in this class, I'll let you pack up whatever you want.
Oh, that's gonna be a while.
I have nowhere near A plus.
So what are your answers? What did you put down again? X equals 3 and x equals 4. Alright, so we're gonna stop there. Now you need to pack up.
Wait a second, I'm gonna ask you a question. Does it matter for the x plus 5 and the x minus 3, the last one, the last column? On the bottom? Above that? Does it matter if it's like which way they are? So if I put x minus 3 first?
As long as you've got the minus with the 3 and the plus with the 5, the order doesn't matter. Hurry up.